voiceover Rella here, bringing you back your not so regularly scheduled content because I have time management issues. This is my journal. Admittedly, I've never really journaled before, so I don't have stickers and a lot of washi tape. The only stickers I actually have are the Brandy Melville ones rotting somewhere within the deep recesses of my closet, but I'm not that desperate. I decided to just paint my journal to add a little bit of spice since I don't have any of the supplies, I guess. Funny thing is, I painted this last night, and after 2 whole hours of filming, I never realized what I actually look like until my camera decided to slip. One very rough transition later, here are the supplies that I'm using. I mean, I may not have stickers or washi tape, but I do have midliners and Muji pens, so close enough, right? Not my Prisma! I will protect my Prisma color pencils until the day that I die. And you know dang well that I also mean to protect it from the little bug that I was rooting for at first by singing it the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. You should know that I do not sing that song lightly. On to more topical matters. This is my first time journaling ever, and it was really exciting to open a new journal and see all the blank pages. I was kind of scared to start drawing, not only because I enjoy the aesthetics of an empty journal, an empty notebook, but also, what if I mess up? You know, then I have to rip it out, but I know me, and I know that I won't rip it out cleanly. And so I was kind of terrified, but I think it went pretty well. I'm actually really happy with it. I was just thinking about nature and what was in front of me pretty much. My parents are trying to start this garden, so I got inspiration to draw tulips, and I know they look really busted now, but give it a second, they'll still look busted, but they'll be a nice busted. Oh no! Anyway, I guess this episode is kind of just gonna be me talking. I don't know if anyone actually enjoys that. Certainly the inside of my brain is just me talking, and sometimes I don't really enjoy it, especially when I'm just lying awake at night and I think of every single embarrassing moment that has ever happened to me in a very sped up montage that feels like it has lasted 10 years by the time I'm done with it. So I might as well make your time worthwhile here, right? Even though my personality is as blank as an A4 printer paper. However, with any sort of blank piece of paper, the possibilities are endless. You can do whatever you want with it. Fold it, draw on it, use it as toilet paper, you know? And so, hey, who knows? Where is this talk gonna go? Last night when I was painting the front cover of the journal, I was actually watching the Twilight series, finishing up on Breaking Dawn Part 2. I got converted to Team Edward. I realized that as a 19-year-old, as a full-grown adult, I actually have a bone to pick with Jacob. Who does this man think he is? With his shirt off all the time? I mean, okay, maybe I won't really complain about that. But oh my gosh, in what world is it legal to imprint on your crush's daughter? That feels highly illegal. I don't care what age she stops growing at, you know? She's obviously always gonna be younger than you until you die by a lot. So you're just basically imprinting on a little girl who happens to look like a 20-something supple-year-old. And also, why did they make her stop aging when she's still attractive? Why didn't they stop her aging when she was literally a grandma? So what? So that she can be a couple with Jacob and that Jacob can finally get his happily ever after with a 13 or whatever child? That is seriously messed up, Jacob. That whole series capitalizes on the hearts of lonely people, which is why I kind of watched the whole thing. However, I was thinking, if I somehow met a vampire in real life, I would want to somehow extract their immortality, probably inspect their DNA, their cells, you know, get a little bit of that blood sample going, and then I would want to create my own vial of immortality. However, I would never use it. You might be thinking to yourself, okay, why would you create it if you aren't going to use it? And the answer is to threaten Mark Zuckymucky, okay? Zuckerberg. If you don't know the slang term for Zuckerberg, it's Zuckymucky from here on out. I am going to create it, make everyone believe me by using it all on a redwood tree. Everyone for centuries can see that this thing actually works. And then Mark Zucky Mucky is going to feel threatened by me because that dude is already immortal. He's from the planet Pandora or Mercury because he's not good enough for any other planet besides Mercury. And he's going to be like, hey man, how'd you do this? I'm the only one who's immortal on this planet. And I'm going to be like, hey man, I'm not going to tell you until you give me Facebook. Then guess what? I'm going to ruin that site forever. I'm going to make it a war zone. I'm going to name it Base Fuck because fuck everyone on this site. I absolutely hate Mark Zucky Bucky. Guess what? Social media is ruining everyone's minds. And then everyone can return to the nomad, hunter-gatherer era that we were supposed to be in forever until we decided that that was too boring and discovered the wheel or something. So that is basically my plan. This is... Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know I had it in me to create such a storyline. I'm actually sweating from talking that much. Is that crazy? I already know the answer. The answer is yes. But back to the actual video itself. Wow, what a tangent. I decided to put a little post-it note asking how am I feeling throughout the week so I can keep track of, well, how I am feeling throughout the week. It's kind of just a short diary, except without all the words. I simply fill it up to the percent of how happy I am that day. Underneath that, on the bottom of the page, I'm actually making a dream diary for the week. I've heard somewhere that if you can remember your dream the first moment that you wake up and you write it down, you can actually connect more with that part of your brain. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do really want to remember what my dreams are like. Here's why I really want to remember my dreams, just to remember them. The only dream that I actually happened to remember last week was that I was BFFs with Bigfoot. Okay, the abominable snowman. I imagine him as Hans from Animal Crossing. He was just a really great friend to have. We lived in this little cave, and that was pretty much my whole dream. We just hung out. I think that if I wasn't going to be a doctor, if I wasn't going to be an artist, if I wasn't going to be a fashion designer, if I wasn't going to be an animator, I would have been a Bigfoot tracker because I would have tried to hunt him down to relive that dream. Now I know how people are inspired by just a singular dream. Like in movies, they dream of this job or person and then they're like, oh my gosh, I want this. Yeah, I felt that with the Bigfoot dream. Speaking of really weird things, I think my garden, my backyard, is kind of just this void because all of these insects are collectively swarming the entire place. They're not even coming to, bite us, bite me or my family or jump on my dog and hitch a ride. They're coming to my backyard to die and pass away. You know how when you're swimming outside and you're enjoying yourself until a bee suddenly decides to dive bomb into the pool and then you have to go on a rescue mission by finding a leaf nearby and to lift the bee out of the water and then it just wants to dive bomb into the pool again? Yeah, my backyard is exactly like that, except remove the pool. There's no pool whatsoever. It's just dry concrete and these bees are just dropping dead on the concrete. So literally every single day there's maybe a couple of bees that have died on the floor and I have to get rid of them because my dog might accidentally eat them. It's been crazy. Also specifically outside the door that connects my garage to the backyard, there has been a bunch of, I think they're called June bugs. They are brown beetles that look like cockroaches but aren't. Those have been consistently dying in that one spot outside of my door for months since the start of summer, which was in June, and it's August. What is going on? I think my house is somehow another portal to the storyline in A Bug's Life because what? This doesn't happen every single day. I live in California. There isn't some bug apocalypse like the cicadas in the Midwest. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't particularly enjoy sweeping dead bugs off the floor, so if anyone has some sort of an explanation, please let me know. Right now on this page of the journal, I am just planning out my week, doing typical planner stuff. Each box is a day. I wanted to add a little bit of spice, so I drew some tulips on the bottom, and I'm adding green cow-like splotches all over the page just to add a hint of color. Planning out my week is really a way for me to get everything out of my brain onto a physical piece of paper that I can see with my own eyes, especially because I am taking physics during the summer. And, you know, I think due to me planning my entire schedule out, I've been able to do really well, actually, on my exams. Hey, I worked hard for it. I gotta brag about it sometimes, you know? But I think most people who actually major in physics are doing it for the money and just the name of it. I mean, if you told someone that you were majoring in physics, you just have this sense of intelligence that is attached to you automatically, because physics is a really tough subject to get. It's kind of like dentistry, you know? I know that there might be some people who are passionate about it, but I think most people who do become dentists are in it for the money and the prestige and the title that is attached to it, because who is passionate about teeth? Teeth, okay? Unless you're some serial killer, why? It's just, what? Okay, maybe I'm being extremely ignorant, because I do know for a fact that there are people out there who are physics professors, who are majoring in physics, and who are dentists and love to fix people's smiles. But what? Like, it's just really hard to wrap my head around. I don't know. I'm really lucky in terms of knowing what I want to do with the rest of my life. I am grateful that I don't have to go through that type of identity struggle. I really like biology because I think that the field is practically limitless in comparison with other fields. You are basically learning about every living, breathing, beautiful being on this planet. And once you master that down, you can literally just tackle any problem in regards to these living, breathing, beautiful beings. Science is honestly really amazing, and bringing it back to what this video is all about, my journal is also amazing. Okay, that transition was probably the most seamless so far. I think I really nailed the color palette on this one especially, and the little doodles with the faces. I think that the color palette sits exactly right with me, which is something that doesn't really happen often when I try and draw. I usually feel like there's something I could do better, but I can't really nail what it is. But this time, I feel like I nailed it. My final thoughts about journaling is that I absolutely love it, and there aren't a lot of things in which you can just listen to music and do kind of mindlessly without being stressed about anything else. I really liked laying out my week and seeing everything as it is and adding small little cute doodles on the side. It's the perfect mix of being productive and having fun, I guess. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant about nonsensical things for almost 20 minutes now. I'm gonna go finish up my Capri Sun, stop sweating, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.